Greetings, everyone, and a huge thank you for tuning into this video. Today, I'm excited to share with you one of the most uplifting, heartfelt, and impactful life stories of our era. This isn't just the tale of a man, it's a journey of ambition, challenges, perseverance, hope, dedication, setbacks, faith, and triumph. This is the story of a boy born in a modest home in India, with little money, no smartphone, no computer, and sometimes not even a proper chair to study on. Yet, today, he stands as one of the most influential CEOs globally. He's the leader of Google and Alphabet, two of the world's most transformative companies. This is the story of Sundar Pichai. Many dream big, but only a few turn those dreams into reality. Many crave success, but only a handful possess the patience, humility, and courage to tread the long, arduous path to greatness. Sundar Pichai's journey proves you don't need wealth or luxury to succeed. You don't need fancy clothes or extravagant possessions. What you truly need is a relentless passion for learning, an unyielding spirit, and a grounded heart. So, if you're facing struggles, feeling like giving up, or believe the world is unjust, this story is for you. Stay till the end, as this might be the most impactful video you watch today. It's not just a biography, it's a roadmap, a lesson, a beacon for anyone navigating tough times. This story is also ideal for learning English. It's simple, motivational, and filled with practical life lessons. As we explore Sundar Pichai's journey, you'll encounter everyday words and phrases that are easy to grasp yet profound. You'll learn how to express challenges, achievements, and inspiration in simple English while sharpening your listening skills through an engaging, real-life story. By the end, you'll not only feel inspired but also improve your English step by step. Chapter 1: The Simple Beginnings. Let's travel back to 1972 to the bustling, lively city of Madurai in southern India. On June 10, 1972, a boy named Pichai Sundararajan was born into a humble, middle-class family. Today, the world knows him as Sundar Pichai. His father, Raghunatha Pichai, was an electrical engineer who worked tirelessly at a British company called GEC, fixing electrical components and designing circuits to secure a better future for his family. His mother, Lakshmi, was a stenographer but gave up her career to raise her children full-time. Picture this: Sundar's home had no TV, no fridge, and they lived in a tiny two-room apartment in Ashok Nagar, Chennai, then called Madras. One room served as a living area by day and a bedroom for the entire family at night. They didn't own a car, relying instead on a scooter for travel. With just one fan, the house grew stifling in the summer heat, yet they never grumbled. They were content, simple people. Sundar shared his space with his younger brother, and occasionally, relatives would stay over, squeezing into the small home. Though the space was limited, the dreams within it were boundless. Sundar's childhood was fueled by curiosity. He was eager to understand how things worked: telephones, electricity, machines. He bombarded his father with questions, and his father patiently answered, sparking Sundar's love for learning. Every evening, his father shared stories from his factory work, and Sundar soaked it all in. Though he didn't grasp everything, he began thinking like an engineer, learning that every great creation stems from hard work, discipline, and ingenuity. Here's a remarkable detail: their family got a telephone only when Sundar was 12, a rotary phone where you dialed by turning a wheel. Surprisingly, Sundar had an extraordinary memory. He could recall every phone number he dialed, even after just one call. This was the first sign to his family that Sundar was exceptional. Yet, despite his brilliance, Sundar remained humble, never boastful. He was quiet, courteous, and reserved, the kind of boy who sat at the back of the class but always topped his exams. He studied at Jauhar Vidyalaya, a modest school with dedicated teachers. Sundar loved math and science, thriving on solving problems. He didn't study just to pass tests, he studied because he loved learning. Did he have private tutors or costly books? No. He made do with what he had, borrowing books and working harder than most. He never wasted time. Later, he attended Vanavana School on the IIT Madras campus, where he saw brilliant students and professors, igniting his dream to attend a prestigious college. But dreams alone aren't enough, they require effort. After years of relentless hard work and late nights, Sundar made his family proud by securing admission to IIT Kharagpur, one of India's top engineering institutes. This was a monumental achievement, not just for him but for his entire family. Imagine this, a shy, humble boy from a modest home with no air conditioning, no computer, and little money, now stepping into one of India's most esteemed colleges. It was a new world, large classrooms, brilliant peers, competitive students, and experienced professors. But life didn't get easier. In fact, it became more challenging. Sundar chose metallurgical engineering, the study of metals and their industrial applications. Why not computer science? Simply put, his family couldn't afford computers, and he knew little about them at the time. Yet, his curiosity drove him. He taught himself programming and coding in his spare time, reading overlooked books and spending hours in computer labs, observing how things worked. At IIT, he met students from big cities, wealthier families, and modern schools. They had better clothes, more confidence, and fluent English. Sundar, by contrast, was soft-spoken, with developing English skills. Did he feel out of place? Yes. Did he quit? Never. He spoke little but listened intently. His thoughts were sharp, and he focused on self-improvement rather than competing with others. Sundar worked quietly while others partied. His professors noticed his unique blend of calmness and deep intelligence. One even said, "Sundar Pichai is one of the most promising students I've ever taught." In his final year at IIT, Sundar applied for a scholarship to study abroad. His dream was to pursue a master's degree at a top global university. He applied to Stanford University and got accepted. But a new hurdle emerged: money. The flight to the USA cost nearly $1,000, more than his father's annual salary. With no credit cards or online fundraising, it was a daunting challenge for a simple Indian family. What happened next? His father didn't hesitate. He took loans, used all his savings, and borrowed from relatives, believing in his son's potential. Great parents sacrifice everything for their children's dreams. With one suitcase, a heart full of hope, and his mother's tearful goodbye, Sundar boarded his first-ever flight from Chennai to California, heading to a country and culture he'd never experienced. At Stanford, everything was different: the people, food, buildings, and teaching style. In India, he was used to noisy streets and crowded classrooms. In America, students wore headphones, sipped coffee in lectures, and boldly questioned professors. Sundar felt like an outsider at first. He struggled with fast-paced English, missed Indian food, and longed for home. When he first saw a computer with internet access at Stanford, he was awestruck, having never used the internet before. But he seized the opportunity. With 24/7 access to cutting-edge computers, labs, and world-class professors, he studied tirelessly, asked questions, and took meticulous notes. He learned programming, networking, and computer systems, sitting in the front row while others partied. Slowly, he adapted. His English improved, his confidence grew, and he stayed true to his roots. Even with a modest stipend, he saved carefully, once delaying a backpack purchase because it was too pricey. After earning his master's in material sciences and engineering from Stanford, Sundar had options. He could return to India or join a regular company. But he aimed higher, targeting Silicon Valley, home to tech giants like Apple, Microsoft, and Google. Landing a job in Silicon Valley wasn't easy. Sundar started at Applied Materials, then pursued an MBA at the Wharton School, where he earned top honors as a Siebel Scholar and Palmer Scholar. Imagine this, a boy who didn't have a phone until 12, now studying alongside future billionaires and CEOs, yet remaining humble. Sundar stood at the threshold of Silicon Valley's top companies with stellar credentials, a Stanford Master's, a Wharton MBA, and experience at firms like Applied Materials and McKinsey. What set him apart was his hunger to learn, build, and create value for the world. In 2004, he applied to a rising tech company called Google. At the time, Google was known for its search engine but was far smaller than today. Sundar didn't know this interview would transform his life. He prepared rigorously, studying computer systems, logic, and case studies. Though not a typical coder, he excelled in clarity, strategy, and understanding user needs. During the interview, he stayed calm, solved technical problems logically, and offered unique insights. When asked how to improve Google, he suggested simplifying the homepage and building user-focused tools. He didn't say what they wanted to hear, he shared his genuine vision, and it impressed everyone. Sundar landed the job as a product manager, a role blending problem-solving, planning, and innovation, perfect for him. At Google, he was reserved while others were vocal. Assigned to work on the search toolbar, a seemingly minor feature, he saw its potential. By making Google accessible directly from browsers, he believed it could outshine competitors. He studied user behavior, refined the toolbar, and made it a cornerstone of Google's early success. Then, he noticed a bigger issue: browsers like Internet Explorer and Firefox were slow and buggy. He proposed Google build its own browser, a risky idea for a search company. Many dismissed it, but Sundar persisted, creating prototypes and convincing colleagues. With Larry Page's backing, he led a small team to develop Google Chrome. Launched in 2008, Chrome's speed and simplicity made it the world's top browser within years, catapulting Sundar to prominence. He didn't stop there. He improved Google Drive, Gmail, Maps, and took charge of Android, leading with humility and respect. His teams thrived because he listened, encouraged debate, and prioritized users. Colleagues said, "Sundar makes you feel smart, even if he's the smartest in the room." On August 10, 2015, Larry Page and Sergey Brin named Sundar Google's CEO. The tech world was stunned, but Googlers weren't. They knew his vision, kindness, and leadership. From a two-room apartment to leading a company serving billions, Sundar's journey was no longer a dream, it was reality. As CEO, he faced immense pressure. Google impacts billions through search, YouTube, Gmail, Maps, and Android. Every decision was scrutinized globally. Yet, Sundar led calmly, focusing on users and clarity, not politics or criticism. In 2019, he became CEO of Alphabet, overseeing Google, YouTube, Waymo, DeepMind, and more. He navigated complex challenges, government regulations, employee protests, and ethical AI debates, with patience and transparency, holding town halls and making thoughtful changes. Under his leadership, Google advanced AI, expanded Google Cloud, improved Android, and launched Pixel phones. He never lost sight of his roots, mentoring students and advocating for humility and curiosity. Sundar's personal life reflects his simplicity. Married to Anjali, his college sweetheart, he's a devoted father of two, balancing family with his demanding role. He starts his day with tea and a newspaper, enjoys cricket, and cooks Indian dishes with his wife. Despite his wealth, estimated at over $1.5 billion in 2025, with a $240 million annual salary, he lives modestly in an eco-friendly California home, driving a Tesla, BMW, or Range Rover without flaunting. His quotes inspire millions. Wear your failures proudly. They show you're growing. Happiness comes from your attitude, not perfect circumstances. Leadership is about uplifting others. Learn quickly, apply wisely. Follow your passion, it fuels success. Timeless lessons from Sundar's life. Your start doesn't define your future. Sundar rose from a modest background with sheer determination. Stay curious and keep learning. He reads daily, listens, and grows constantly. Humility is strength. Sundar's quiet confidence sets him apart. Choose kindness over ego. He responds with truth, not anger. Success is about impact, not wealth. His goal was to be useful, not rich. Believe in yourself. Despite doubts, he persevered. Sundar Pichai's story is a testament to rising from nothing with honesty, humility, and heart. You don't need wealth, perfect English, or connections, just a burning desire to learn and grow. If this story moved you, subscribe to our channel for daily inspiration, English lessons, and stories to help you become your best self. This isn't the end, it's your beginning. Dream big, work hard, and grow. The world awaits your story.